Good morning, everybody. Lone Wolf Rick here. It is a Thursday morning here in Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip. Supposed to get up to about 95 today. Summer is here in Las Vegas on this June the 2nd. Hope everybody's having a great week as we head towards another weekend. I mean, it just seemed like it was Memorial Weekend, right? We're just kind of looking around here. I'm in front of the barrage right now, taking a look at the volcano over there. Volcano's making a lot of news lately. Lots of people trying to save the volcano. It's a hello, Mrs. Duck. It's a landmark here on the Las Vegas Strip. So there's this campaign where they're gathering signatures and stuff to save the volcano. So when the Seminole tribe takes over this property and builds the new Hard Rock hotel here, it's like right here on this spot. They want to keep the volcano, they say. So we'll see how that all works out. It's a really nice morning this morning. There's a few people out and about walking around, but just kind of peaceful, you know. It's just a peaceful morning. And it's standing here listening to the water. Just really nice. I'm standing here with a ice cold Arizona iced tea, raspberry flavor. And it's funny because it's like, you know, I usually don't drink tea. I'm not a tea person, although I do drink it every now and then. I've never been a coffee person. I have never drank coffee. I don't, just not a big fan of the aftertaste of coffee, to be honest with you. And probably because I drink so much soda, it's like, you know, the caffeine in the coffee doesn't affect me that much anyway. So, but I started thinking, it's like, you know, I bought this iced tea and it was ice cold. At least when I bought it, it's kind of warm out here right now. So that's kind of got it back to room temperature. But I started thinking of like childhood memories. And you know, the childhood memories of, as we kind of look around here, you know, when you were a kid and what you had, it's like, you know, we didn't have a whole lot. It's across there in Harris. But it was like, you know, we had, one thing that we always had was iced tea or Kool-Aid. Remember the Kool-Aid? You know, the small packets. You know, the unsweetened packets that you had to add like, you know, a pound of sugar to make it taste like something. So, but I was thinking about the iced tea, and I grew up in Oklahoma, as most of my subscribers know. Bartlesville, Oklahoma is where I grew up at. And it's funny because my mom, it's like, you know, she'd get those big packets of Lipton iced tea. You know, the big ones, not the little ones that you put in a cup, but the big ones, you know, that you'd boil in a pan and then pour it in a pitcher. So I remember back in the day when sun tea became the thing. Remember sun tea? I don't even know if that's a thing anymore or not. But, and I think it was just something that was made up by this company that created a gallon jug, you know, with daisies on it. And you boil the tea, you make the tea, and then you pour it in this gallon jug, and then sit it out in the sun for a few hours. And that was called sun tea. So, you know, I had an aunt that she got into that, so she got my mom into it, and doing the sun tea thing. And we would be, you know, it's like sitting outside. We sat on the driveway. And we had to be sure to move it so when my dad came home from work, he didn't run over it. But it was like, you know, we put it in the driveway, you know, and let's sit out there for, I don't know, you know, 6-8 hours in the sun. And then we'd bring it in, and my mom would get like a cup of sugar and pour in it, and we drank sun tea. You know, the memories you remember just by going to buy a 99-cent can of iced tea with raspberry flavoring. But it probably, because I was thinking about that, it's like, and then I started thinking about the Kool-Aid. Now my dad, my dad was a pastry chef. He worked for a company called Saga Foods, Saga Corporation. And in my hometown of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, they had the food service contract for all of Phillips Petroleum. Now Phillips Petroleum in Bartlesville, Oklahoma was the world headquarters for Phillips 66 at that time. So there were a lot of employees that worked there. In fact, my hometown had about 35,000 in it when I was growing up. And everybody worked for Phillips Petroleum. Or they worked for somebody that worked for Phillips Petroleum. That's just how it was. So anyway, it's like my dad got paid every Friday. And routine like clockwork, you know, he would get paid on Fridays. He would go down to Bill's Supermarket. I remember it. Bill's Supermarket was about, I don't know, 8 blocks from where I live, 6-8 blocks away. And my dad would go there and buy all the weekly groceries. He shopped weekly and cash his paycheck, and then at the supermarket they cashed your paycheck. You know, he'd buy the groceries and then come home, and then, you know, it's like if we were out of school or whatever, we'd help our mom put them away. But getting back to the Kool-Aid story, so in the summertime and the wintertime, my dad would always buy 10 packets of Kool-Aid. You know, the unsweetened, those smaller packets of Kool-Aid. You know, grape, cherry, orange. Those were kind of the 3 main ones. It's like that my dad would buy. Every now and then he might sneak in a strawberry. Although the grocery store my dad shopped at didn't have really strawberry all that often. But it's like, but he'd buy, you know, like 10 packets of Kool-Aid, and that had to last us for a week. So my mom would always like, get the pitcher out, fill the pitcher with water, you know, put the Kool-Aid in, and then pour the cup of sugar in it. And I mean a full cup too, because, you know, as kids, it's like we love that sugar. So, you know, it's like, and put the sugar in it, and yeah, it's like fun memories of growing up as a kid. And we did. We'd make those 10 packets last for all week, you know, until my dad the next Friday go to the supermarket. But in the summertime, you know, Kool-Aid sometimes would be on sale at Bill's Supermarket. And sometimes it's like they'd be on sale where you get 20 packets for $1. And those were the times right there. We never got soda. We never drank soda as kids. But man, it's like we could drink that Kool-Aid like it was going out of style. My dad would always say it's like you're drinking too much, and we're going to drive him to the poorhouse. You know, 10 packets of Kool-Aid for $1. Just fun memories of your childhood growing up, you know. We take a look around here at the strip now that I've bored everybody and nobody's watching anymore. $95 degrees projected high today. It's supposed to be in the 90s for the rest of the week. Mrs. Duck, where are you going? Huh? She looks like she's on a mission. She's probably looking for her husband. Husband didn't come home last night. So she's out hunting down. He's probably out here laying in a ditch someplace. So yeah, so anyway, it was supposed to be the 90s for the next few days, but then next week we have a string. It's like, it looks like about 6-7 days of over 100 degrees. So like I said, summertime is here in Las Vegas. So let's kind of do a little walk around and see what we can see here. You haven't found him yet, huh? Now keep looking. It's like, you know, he'll turn up sooner or later. So what do you think? Is the volcano worth saving, or should it go? You know, nothing lasts in Vegas forever. Everything gets imploded. Not a whole lot of history here in Vegas. Still a few areas, it's like for a lot of old structures, or like the old Mormon fort that's still around. But or yesterday, the day before yesterday, I did a video where I was walking to South Las Vegas Boulevard, and there's a little church to the west that was built in the 1940s. You know, so some things it's like around that are old, but most of the places are get imploded, and it's the next big thing. We kind of look over there at the Bellagio. Take a look at the tower through the sunlight there. See, Harris behind the Casino Royale. Take a look at that rock there. It's been exposed. That's not a rock at all. That's some kind of a tracking device, I bet, for that duck that I just passed there. We take a look at the herd of ducks here. I guess they're a herd, huh? Or a flock, I guess. As they're all here trying to get some shade, a little bit of shade maybe. Get out of this hot sun. We look up and down the strip here. Not a lot of traffic yet, but I started this video. It was about 8:30 a.m. You can tell all these properties that have water out front, even the lake in front of the Bellagio, have really cut back on the depth of the water due to the water shortage. I'm sure everybody's been following the Lake Mead story and how it's dried up and all these artifacts are coming back up to the surface. Small towns and sunken boats and dead bodies and everything is being exposed out at Lake Mead. But all these waters, it's like in front of all these properties, have really lowered their depths. We look over there at that tower over at the Venetian. It says it's 8:45 on the clock, the big clock over there on the wall. Stopped over here outside of Jilly's. It's like, take a look at the menu here and see if the prices have gone up, especially the ribeye steak prices. I think it was right around 35 bucks. It's like the last time I looked, so we'll come over here and take a look. It says the 16-ounce ribeye is $39.95, and that could be right. It's like it may have been $39.95. It seemed like it was $35, but prices seem to keep going up here in Vegas at least once a month. So although the side dishes are $7.95 and they were always $7.95. They turned off the fountains here at Treasure Island out front, and I can tell you exactly, it's like this is lower also, the water level. Because used to, those fountains would be covered up. My guess would probably be is they probably run the fountains on the weekends, and then during the week it's like they shut them down. Everybody remember the pirate show they used to have out here? You know, where they'd have this ship fight with this ship, and one would be pirates, the other one was like the Royal Navy. That was one of the great shows. Take one last look around here. Take a look over there at the Palazzo. Alright everybody, I think that's going to do it for this video. Hello, Frick. Thank you very much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for putting up with my childhood stories of iced tea and Kool-Aid. I greatly appreciate that. Took up most of the vlog here. But if you're new to the channel and you think you can stand some stories about childhoods every now and then, it's like hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. To our subscribers, everybody who watches, thank you very, very much. We appreciate your support. And oh, one other thing I wanted to say, it's like if you'd like to, if you're interested in helping to support the channel, if you like what you see, we do a little bit of everything here. Hit that description. Go to the description. It'll tell you how you can do that. All right, everybody. Hey, take care. Okay, stay healthy. And I have a lot of videos planned today, a lot of walking. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.